all based on the assumption that we're tropical animals. Which
It's
is
not based on any assumptions about being tropical animals.
You said your first sentence was we're tropical.
Well, first of all, we are tropical animals, and I'll support that if you need me to.
No, I'm just thinking man's migrated into many places in the world, and so for somebody living in the, I'm not going to say the Arctic waste because that's, rare.
You can say any place you like.
No, but I mean, somebody living in the Scandinavian countries, for
Uh-huh.
example, there wouldn't be so many fruits available.
No,
I mean,
there wouldn't. But we're not made for that climate. We're tropical animals. And it doesn't matter how many generations you've lived in Scandinavia. Do we have anyone here from Scandinavia? We have Willie, who's raised in Sweden. Okay, Willie, can you count all the times that where did you live? Did you live near Stockholm?
Yeah,
Okay.
same latitude.
Okay, that's right. You were on the other side, on the west. So Stockholm is in the bottom, third or so, 40% of the country. Okay, but where it's warmest. But even if you live in the north, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Even if you live in the southernmost part, how many times and how many years did you live there? 20 years. Okay. How many times were you walking around in your birthday suit outside in January?
None.
0. Okay? We can't do that because we're tropical animals. So I was just in Stockholm a few weeks ago. It was -6, and I had on multiple layers of clothes. Why? Because we have to maintain tropical temperatures right here. We have to, or we don't survive very long.
And yet people who do cold water bathing, I have friends that are Danish who, her father's in his 90s and he still swims in the sea in the winter. They live longer.
Does your friend who bathes in cold water
Yeah.
stay out there all day?
No, not all day, of course not.
We can't do it. We're tropical animals. You can go get cold as long as you go back and warm yourself up. We cannot handle the cold. Do the polar bears have to go inside and put on 4 layers of clothing and light a fire? No. How about the reindeer? No. They're perfectly content running around in their natural costume. We cannot do that. You can't do it in Sweden. You can't do it in the UK. You can't do it in Minnesota. You can't do it in North Florida. You can do it in the tropics. That's it. Okay? And it doesn't make any difference. I mean, people have lived all over the world for many, many generations, for thousands of years. Has anybody evolved to be able to stay outside all day long, just one day, in their birthday costume in the winter? Can anyone do that all day long? I don't mean swimming briefly. By the way, I'd love to see any research that says they live longer, which holds constant all the other factors. Okay, because an actual study, real data, research means you have to hold everything else constant. It may be that the people that do that have a different mentality.
Sure, yeah.
That may be the difference. Okay? Is it getting in the cold water, which is a shock to their system? Is that what makes them live longer? I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. In fact, Peter has a lot of experience. Peter worked directly with Wim Hof. Some of you know Wim Hof. He's the guy that runs around in his birthday costume. Does he stay outside all day long?
Half a day. Yeah.
And then he has to go inside
Yeah.
and warm up. Yes, you can train yourself to withstand cold weather for some period of time, but you can't live in it like the animals meant for that climate. We have not adapted to other climates, not to a single other climate. The only place we could actually be naked all the time is in the tropics. We're tropical animals.